saw that your first exhibition was in Corfu in 1990. So on Wikipedia, was it correct?
Corfu was the first place I landed as a free individual to travel, because before that I've traveled, but I've traveled not as a free individual. I've traveled as a national basketball team player when we had to play abroad in few occasions, and it was the only way to get out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Then before the regime collapsed, but after when this big thing happened with Albanians jumping on the walls of the foreign embassies to ask for political asylum, which was the first crack in the wall of the regime, they started to issue passports for traveling abroad to people that had relatives abroad. And my mother, who is from Vuno, Himara, by the way.
Oh, Himara, yes.
Had relatives in Corfu. So I went to Corfu, and I remember that when I arrived, our relatives welcomed us in their house, and I was asked what I wanted to do the day after, to go shopping or to have ice cream or to go to the beach. And it was very attractive to have an ice cream or to go shopping. But I said, I want to go in the library and I want to see a priest. And they were like, library? Okay, we understand, but a priest. I said, maybe you understand, maybe not. I want to see a library because it will be the first time in my life that I can see in a library, in a bookshop, all the authors that I can touch, I can take out of the shelves, I can look, and they are free. Because in Albania, mostly of them were not free. They were bound. So looking at Plato or at Socrates or at Aristotle or at Kant or at all the authors, Proust and Kafka and all this, just like free for me was a big event in my life. And then I said, I want to see a priest. I never saw a priest in my life because religion was forbidden in Albania. And I just wanted to see a priest, just to look into him, just to feel how a priest looks. And the added value was that the priest had a long beard, not longer than mine, but white as mine. And it was, you'll laugh now, but it's not a joke. It was the first beard I saw in my life, because until 1990, beard was forbidden in Albania.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, beard, long hairs were forbidden.
Right.
Mustache was a statement that only very, very unsuspected people could have, like old guys, writers, or in this end, or old heroes from the war, or old men in the villages, but not us, and not the young. So, and by the way, I'm gonna tell you, and this is not a joke, and this was because the influence of the Chinese Cultural Revolution, we had in the airport of Albania, which at that time had very few flights. Albania had few thousands of tourists, and they were all mostly Marxist-Leninist groups coming to have their holidays here. And in the airport was a barbershop. And every tourist that had a beard or had a beard or had long hair had to go to the barbershop to take off the beard and to take off their. So Karl Marx couldn't enter Marxist Albania without shaving well and cutting his hairs. So this is why I was in Corfu. And then, yes, I bought some paint, I bought some paper, and I started to do paintings at the balcony of this beautiful house of our relatives. And then I got in contact with someone that I never met again, an artist painter from Corfu named Spiros Surginos. And he liked, and then he said, why we don't do an exhibition? And I said, wow, fantastic. And so we did an exhibition. I did an exhibition then in winter, in December, in the exhibition hall of the Corfu Theater. And this was my first exhibition abroad.
His first exhibition, right. Very, very, very interesting story. So let's get to the thorny issue, which is